Alright, so for those of you who are probably looking for beer content or gaming content or technology content, sorry to disappoint you. Those of you who, watch some of my music stuff that I've done, thank you for being here. Today, we're looking at this guy. As you couldn't tell from the little intro, this is the American Ultra Series, brand new for 2020, Fender Stratocaster, made in the good old US of A. This one's got a humbucker single-single. You've got your volume, tone, and a 5-way switch. You've got locking tuners on the back, and in case you couldn't tell from that little flip cut, we'll start here on the back, because this is where this guitar really shines in my book. Check out that belly carve. That thing is huge. Now, I know Strats have a good-sized belly carve, and, that's fine and dandy, but what they don't have, most of them don't have, is this neck route too, this neck bevel. Normally, on a Fender, you've got a big, chunky neck joint right there that sits down like a block. Now, this neck isn't as sculpted of a neck joint as, let's say, my Ibanez Prestige or, something with a set neck or neck through. Obviously, you're not going to get that level of smoothness on something that's not a set neck or a neck through. For bolt-on, though, for a Fender, this feels so drastically different, it's crazy. Honestly, it's nuts. It makes the things that I don't like about my Telly and things that I normally don't like about Strats, it makes those non-issues. Not only that, we've got another cut right here. See if I can get that to show up on the camera there. Yeah, there we go. So you can see right here, we also have this cut right here, this sculpting, so that it gives you better access to the upper register if you've got big old fat hands like I do, or if you're a shredder, which I'm not. Now, other than the body sculpting, it's the standard alder body, maple neck, but what Fender did with this series is they did gloss on the headstock, which you can see as I tilt it, shiny, satin on the front and entire back of the neck, so the back of the headstock also satin. These are, I believe they're gold frets. I can't remember who manufactures these frets, but I know that they've got a gold coating on them. They are nickel silver underneath that coating, and they're medium jumbo, so they're not big old fat jumbo frets, which is actually really nice. I think you kind of lose something when you put jumbo frets on a Strat or a Telly. It's just my opinion. I like the feel of this. Other than the finish on the neck, you've got perloid black dots, which are really nice. Black inlays on the side, traditional walnut skunk stripe. It's got a 10-inch to a 14-inch compound radius. So down here you've got your 10-inch, which is more traditional for chording, and then up here it gets a little bit flatter. 10 to 14, it's actually noticeable that it's very flat on the back. This neck is incredibly comfortable to play. A few other small things to note about this guitar, other than it being humbucker single-single, is it's got an aluminum pickguard and an aluminum tremolo cover, which is really nice. Now, this definitely works better than a Bakelite, celluloid, or polycarbonate pickguard. I've been playing this guitar quite a bit to get a feel for it, and there's nowhere from me picking it. I'm a heavy picker. I mean, I dig in when I really get into it, and it shows when I play, but all you do is you just give it a little wipe, takes that right off since this is a brushed aluminum. Very, very nice, and it's hard anodized, so the finish will wear very well. Other Fender stuff, traditional 2-point tremolo. They give you this bag of goodies here. Now, the other thing about the tremolo, while I'm on the topic, so this is the tremolo arm that they included here. It's a push-in style, which I actually prefer to a screw-in style. I'm not really much of a tremolo player, so my opinion on this is you take it with a grain of salt, basically. The thing I really notice about this tremolo arm compared to pretty much every other Strat I've ever played, no plastic tip. Now, it might sound like a stupid thing, but I really like the feel of this not having that. Now, the drawback to this style tremolo is you always feel like you're gonna freaking break it when you go to pull it out, because it takes a fair amount of force, but that's not necessarily a bad thing. It just means that it's not gonna fall out on you or back out on you when you don't want it to. So, A+ Fender, well done. But let's talk about the electronics. We pretty much covered most of the other stuff. Let's go ahead and talk about that. What makes this different? Well, number one, this one was ordered in the humbucker single-single. Now, this is not my guitar. This is a friend of mine. He's letting me borrow it. I've had it for quite some time, so I've been playing the daylights out of it because it's a very nice guitar, and he trusts me with it, and I'm, of course, going to play it. Why would I not? Caveat, he wants me to make this video, and he wants me to play it. So, fair enough. I'm not doing that because I'm a jerk. Let's talk about these pickups, though. This is the Fender double shot pickup. This is loaded with an Alnico 4 magnet. Both of these single coils are loaded with Alnico 2s. So it means they're going to be lower output. They're going to be more classic, more vintage sounding than ceramic pickups. However, these have almost no hub. All right, so let's talk about the signal chain. Comes right out of the guitar, goes right into my floor pedal setup. There's a Crybaby in there. Not sure if I'm going to use it, but just for fairness sake, goes through a Crybaby, then goes into Polytune 3, then goes into an Oxblood drive from Keeley Electronics, then goes into a Maxon OD808, then that goes into an MXR Smartgate, which that goes to the amplifier. Then it comes back, goes into my Keeley Caverns. The Caverns goes out into a looper pedal, and then the looper pedal out returns to the amp. So basically I can loop anything I want and from any channel and, you know, kind of groove. And you'll hear that in the demos. So yeah, and the amplifier I'm using is a PEAVEY 6505 mini head, and I'm using a Celestion Vintage 30 equipped Harley Benton 2x12 slant cabinet. And the two mics that I'm using are a Shure SM57 and a Sennheiser E609. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to play this guitar now. We're going to stop at this, do some demos, and I'll show you what it sounds like. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do neck, neck middle, 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 bridge on humbucker, and then bridge on humbucker. Then what I'll do is I'll engage the S1 switch, and then we'll go same cycle. We'll just go backwards. So we'll do neck again, because in S1, all it does is it splits this humbucker. It doesn't add it in anywhere, it just splits this. So we'll go neck again, neck middle, middle, middle bridge, now in split, so single coil, and then single coil bridge all by itself. So here we go. We're gonna go ahead and do that. Here we go! Now I'm sure some of you are wondering, will it gent? Yes. This guitar plays pretty much everything you want to throw at it easily. This is a working musician's guitar. This is a tool. This will do whatever you ask it to do, and it won't even skip a beat. Now, how was the setup from the factory? Well, the setup on this guitar was actually really good. Came with 9s, played great right out of the package. Nothing needed from Sweetwater. Came ready to rip. The only thing we did, we put 10s on it because, well, 9s, not really our thing. So we put 10s on this guy to give it the playability that we expect. We also lowered the action a little bit because obviously with the bigger gauge strings, you can get away with a little bit lower action. Adjusted the truss rod to get everything all in tune. Adjusted the bridge, so the bridge is now where it should be, you know, with 10s. We put Ernie Ball paradigms on here. Great strings. They work really well, honestly, with these pickups because these pickups are more laid back. In my opinion, the paradigms give it more noticeable pick attack, which, you know, kind of works well with the Alnico magnets. It really gives it kind of a good compromise between not being full-blown fat vintage and really brittle ceramic pickups. So chops on that. I like that. I like that the pickups are voiced to take these strings with no problem. Some of the other guitars I put them on, way too brittle, at least at first. They do come down in the brittleness, but you got to play them to get them to that point. So out of the package, these things sounded great. They sound better now that they've even kind of worn in a little bit. All right, so let's wrap this up. What do I think of this? I think Fender nailed it. I think their execution on this instrument is perfect. It's a tool. It's a working musician's guitar. Yeah, it's expensive, but if you need versatility and you're a gigging musician, they make it easy for you to get ripping and roaring. They give you a strap locks included because the strap buttons are already on it. It's perfect. There's not much this guitar can't handle. You can throw whatever you want at it, assuming you do setup on it, of course, and it'll take it in stride. Fantastic playing guitar, great sounding guitar. Just nothing I really can fault on this thing. The only thing that irks me, and it's just a minor complaint. You're going to get that with any really nice boutique guitar with a really nice finish. This finish on here is so perfectly applied and so smooth from the color sanding and buffing that they did on it that even a microfiber fresh out of the package will put little tiny microfine scratches in it. It's just a little bit of a soft clear. It's not a rock hard clear, which in my opinion is a good thing because it allows the wood to breathe a little bit better. I know it's alder. I know it's, you know, there's that whole debate about tone wood making a difference in an electric. I'm a big believer that tone wood definitely does. I mean, you can hear the difference in a maple fretboard, which this one has, versus, you know, rosewood fretboard or laurel fretboard or what have you. That's not really a fault on Fender. That's just, you know, they did such a good job on the paint. It's noticeable, is what I'm saying. And it's a small complaint. I mean, I'm used to super thick, lacquered up, my Ibanez RG coated, my A-string coated, even my Fender Tele coated in thick polyester. You know, it's just, it is what it is. This guitar, on the other hand, polyurethane, very thinly applied. It's the right thickness. The paint thickness on this is right where it should be. You can feel it. It resonates. It breathes. The guitar is light. This thing only weighs like 7.5 pounds. My Tele, on the other hand, 9.8. Yeah, it's a chunker. So that's going to do it for me. If you guys found this video useful, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, go ahead and give it a thumbs down. Tell me what you didn't like. Maybe I'll do some more music stuff. Who knows? Who knows anymore? All right, guys, that'll do it.